Finally, I'm back with another weekly update. This time, what I've been up to reading, watching, and doing as of May 22nd, 2024. Sorry, I'm a day late this week. I was really busy with some work stuff, and this is the first chance I've had to record since yesterday when I wanted to have this out. Let me make it up to you. Here's my update of what I've been up to in the past 8 days. First off, books I'm reading. Still reading Toll the Hounds, making good progress. I'm about 56% through now. I sit down and I spend chunks of time on it, and I get through a percent. There's so much to this book, but I don't care. It's just delightful. It continues to be delightful. There's some huge things that have happened at this point, and I'm like, where are we going with the rest of this book if this is what's already happening? And the last two books are supposed to be the big finish of this series? Wow, Stephen Erickson, what are you doing to me? I'm also still reading Down Below Beyond by T.A. Bruno. This is the self-published book that I'm working through right now in physical form. Didn't read much of it this week. Just got through one more chapter. It's great. It's just I haven't been home much this time, and I only read it when I'm at home. I'll get back to it again in the coming week, or at least I'll try. I did finish right away at the beginning of this past chunk of time, The Ferryman by Justin Cronin. I've already got an episode out on it now. It was fantastic. Totally loved it. That was my audio read. I moved from that into 13 Stories by Jonathan Sims, a short story collection, kind of. That's really a misnomer. There's different chapters with different stories and different characters, but they're all tied together in one big story, which was excellent. Zach recommended this to me. He was correct. This was upscale, subtle horror, ghost stories, and such. Take a look. 13 Stories is not very long because I finished it all in this week and moved on to yet something else. We'll have content on 13 Stories coming out sometime in the near future. I want to wait and do that next time Zach and I record because we've both read it. But what I'm on now, I've just gotten into The Bleed, Book 1, Rupture. This is a trilogy by 3 authors, David Moody, Chris Philbrook, and one of my favorites, Mark Tufo. It's apocalyptic literature. It's happening in seemingly 3 different times. And so the story keeps jumping between different plots. That's a little hard to follow initially, but I'm interested to see where they're going with it because the bleed is a thing that's impacting all of these different times. No more about it right now, but I'm off to a great start and I'm definitely enjoying the story. Places I've been. Okay, I've been around a little bit this time, not straying too far from home, no more than 4 hours from my home here in Vancouver. But I've been over to Portland for some meetings in the past week. Tigard, which is a southwest suburb of Portland, for some shopping with Judy. This was shopping for me, believe it or not. I needed some new exercise shoes. Got to get slimming down, man. The weather's coming good. So I bought some new shoes. Then we went over on the same trip to Wilsonville and tried out a new winery, a tasting room, and it was pretty good. I'll get back to that in just a minute. There was something, about this tasting room. Then I've spent the last 3 days in Sunny River, Oregon on a work retreat. Stayed in this big Airbnb rental right on a golf course, kind of a upscale resort area, sort of. I don't understand how these things work entirely, but this place had 6 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms. There was a whole bunch of us from work there, and it was fantastic. Got a lot of work done and enjoyed ourselves. And I just got back from that, so I can sit down and get this pounded out for you. While I was in Sunny River, that's just like half an hour south of Bend, Oregon. Some of you might have heard of Bend, Oregon. This place is booming with population. There's people from LA, San Francisco, Seattle, all moving there now. Housing costs are not too dissimilar, but with people able to telecommute now, it's a great place to live, and it doesn't have nearly the density of traffic. Bend has a really upscale, nice place called the Old Mill District, which is where we, on the work retreat, went to dinner. Shout out to Greg's Grill. Nice restaurant. If you're in Bend, check out Greg's Grill. Beautiful view of the Deschutes River and delicious food. We even had some great wine because one of my colleagues bought the wine and said, Jim, pick a good one. I've got a reputation. I picked a bottle of Camus. It was very good. Delicious red wine. If you know your wine, you know Camus. That was a nice evening. Things I've watched. This is a boring report this week. I watched Chopped. That's all. I watched very little TV this week. But Chopped. Got a couple episodes of that cooking show in with Judy. What's embarrassing is I haven't watched Dune Part 2 yet. It dropped yesterday. I was still on a work retreat. Guess what I'm watching tonight? More about that soon. My shout out for today is this winery where I did tasting. Man, look at my background. Can you see the names? There it is. The names of the labels? Sure you can. Sound that out. You see whose wine I was drinking? Lanfear. Lanfear's got some mighty fine wine. You Wheel of Time fans, you understand, and you're not surprised. Of course she's got mighty fine wine. Lanfear Cellars is just outside Wilsonville, Oregon, a little bit south of Portland, just off of I-5. If you're in the area, they're convenient to get to, and their wines are delicious. Check them out. I get no kickbacks from Lanfear Cellars, nor would Lanfear approve. My most watched episode and short of the week. Well, last week, the top 10 completed fantasy series was really taking off. We were at 457 views when I did my update. That was nothing. We've topped out at 3,200 views on this one episode. Fantastic. Glad so many of you found it and enjoyed it. You didn't just view it, you watched it, you commented, and we really appreciate the comments. Love interacting with all of you. People are still watching it here and there, but it's not skyrocketing anymore. Around 3,200 views is where that one seems to have settled. Heck of a lot of fun. The short for the week, Dad Jokes 59, French style. You can read into that as you wish, but maybe you should check it out before you start assuming French style means more than you might be thinking. But over 4,300 views on this one short. It is short, less than 15 seconds. Take a look. Best comment of the week that we received on one of our episodes was on Dad Joke 56, aquatic style. Again, get your minds out of the gutter, people. I don't know what you're thinking. But this is from Perish Softly 6418, and that's not the person whose mind is in the gutter. I was talking to you. But Perish Softly 6418 wrote, took me a moment. Then my laughter was loud and sinister. I love getting reactions like that for these dad jokes. Thanks for enjoying and letting us know. Okay, that's it. Just our quick update for the week. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done so, because we're going to keep this content coming and we appreciate all the subscriptions. Talk to you next time.